Guy here, and today I'm going to be giving you a comparison between the PS Vita and the Nintendo 3DS. So I guess first we'll start off with the PS Vita. It's got a nice 5-inch screen, very compact, smooth on the back. You'll notice the two dual analog sticks. That's actually what separates PS Vita from most other portable gaming consoles on the market. You've got your volume and power buttons on the top, put the game cartridge in, and I believe this is for accessories. You've got the camera on the back, the camera on the front, and I believe they're somewhere between 0.5 and 1 megapixel quality. So not the best, but a lot of the games for the PS Vita actually implement them into it. So it can be kind of useful even if you're not going to take pictures with it. You've also got a little slot right here for SD cards, which you can get up to a 32 gig, but it costs $100, so it's kind of out of the price range for most people. Then you've got your home button and the standard buttons, and that's about it. Now, unlike the PS Vita, 3DS actually closes to become more compact. It is a little smaller than the PS Vita, but the PS Vita is bigger because it has the screen, and as you'll see, the 3DS screen is a lot smaller. You'll also notice it has a camera here, and two cameras here for the 3D as well. Now, these cameras are about 0.2 megapixel, so they're not as great as the PS Vitas, but they do shoot in 3D, so that's something to remember. You've got two speakers here. You can control the 3D effect with this slider right here, in case it hurts your eyes or something like that, or you just don't want to play in 3D. Got one analog stick, first time Nintendo's ever put that on a portable console. You also have the D-pad, the buttons, power button. And then you've got start, select, and home, which I think all devices are getting home buttons now just because it's very useful. Got the product information on the back, got the stylus. This is for accessories such as the CirclePad Pro, which I will be showing you in a few minutes. It's an infrared sensor. Put the games in here, charger, and the two left and right buttons that can also be used to activate the camera. So here's the CirclePad Pro attachment. It was actually Nintendo's way of catching up with the PS Vita. So you can snap it onto your 3DS and you'll have two analog sticks. So far the only two games that support it are Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil Revelations, although there's rumor that Monster Hunter should be coming out, and they'll probably support the dual analog sticks as well. Now this also adds two extra buttons to the back, so you can have actual shooting triggers if you'd like to add over just the bumpers. You still use the left button here, but you can use either one of these R buttons, and as you can see, this goes right over the infrared sensor, so it uses that to its advantage. Now, stat-wise, the PS Vita has a 1 gigahertz processor, which is the most powerful ever on a portable console, while the 3DS has a 256 megahertz, so it's about a fourth of the power, but the 3DSs and the DS series have never been designed for hardcore gamers. They've always been for like the simpler stuff, so I don't think if you're one of the people who get the 3DS that you'll really mind not having as much processing power. The PS Vita also has a screen resolution of 544 by 956, I believe, so it's just short of HD, so even if you play regular PSP games on it, which you can download from the PlayStation Store, they look a little blocky just because they had to make the screen a little bigger. The 3DS screen resolution, the top is 240 by 800, and it's actually 240 by 400 because since it's stereoscopic 3D, it actually shows 400 pixels to each eye, so it's technically 240 by 400, and I believe the bottom is 240 by 360, so you're not seeing any high quality, but you can still play plenty of good games like Resident Evil Revelations. So now let's take a look at accessibility. I'm sure you've heard that the PS Vita has a nice touch screen, so you can just slide things. I'm not going to let you see my password. That comes in handy. And then the home menu is kind of like the iPod or the iDevices, where you can just slide between page and page. When you open an app, you can have multiple running at a time, but you can't do multiple at a time. And if you want to close them, you just peel it nice like this, and it just goes away. And you've got the options for them up here. So, then you've got the home button. You can just exit out of that, close those. Now, one good thing about the PS Vita on the PlayStation Store is you can actually, well, I can't get a signal from out here, but you can actually download full games and all kinds of a demo for almost every game, which is something that Nintendo's never really been popular for. They usually make you buy everything in the store, so you've got to buy this little cartridge. PS Vita, it uses the cartridge system now, but the cartridge is much smaller. It's more like an SD card, and they can actually hold more than the 3DS cartridges I can, if I'm saying that correctly. I know that this is a game I downloaded, Uncharted. I know that that was 3.3 gigs, which is pretty substantial for a portable console. Now, you've also got, on the PS Vita, a party system, and it works somewhat like on a console. You can take, if you have any, you can take your friends from the PlayStation Network, even if they have a PS3, and you can voice chat with them, even if you're playing two separate games. Well, I can't connect to the internet, I guess. Which is really nice if you get the 3G PS Vita, because then you can talk all you want and play Call of Duty, which is coming out this November for the PS Vita, anytime you want, like in the car or something, or if you're on a road trip. And there you see you got the friends list. You can also earn trophies, like on the PS3. You've got a map system similar to that on the iPod Touch. Content manager, in case you want to download stuff from your computers. You can watch movies. You can send instant messages, kind of like on the console. And then there's cross-platform play, where you can actually put a game in the PS Vita, and it'll come up on your TV screen if you have a PlayStation 3. So, and then there's also the music app. Welcome Park is just kind of a little app for helping you know your PS Vita for like the gyro controls, where you can tilt it and it'll do stuff. They also have Skype and Facebook for the PS Vita, which is, Skype is pretty nice, because it looks pretty good on the screen now that it's a lot bigger. Then there's a painting app, so you can draw. Netflix. So, I guess I'll show you the graphic capability. This is the biggest game I've got, memory-wise, so it should have the best graphics. It takes a little long to start up, but that's because it does have to load a huge map. One thing I've noticed, though, the analog sticks, I actually prefer the ones on the 3DS because they slide and there's a lot more mobility to them, whereas the PS Vita, you feel like they're going to break. But, I mean, they seem pretty sturdy, and I've messed around with them, so I don't think they're going to break, but... So, I mean, I've dropped this thing a few times, and it still works, so... Here, this is Uncharted. You've got the speaker right here and right here, so... Most menus in games, you can't really use the arrow keys or the analog sticks. I'll turn that down. You've actually got to go across the touchscreen, which I guess is kind of annoying, but hey, that's what the touchscreen's there for. Let's see, I'll pick a chapter. And for those of you that looked at this video just for stats on the 3DS, I'll get to that. I'm just taking one at a time here. And then I'll give a direct comparison at the very end. Now, the PS Vita also has a quad-core graphics processor, whereas the 3DS only has a single-core processor. And I believe the 3DS can display 15.3 million polygons, for those of you who know what that is. And the PS Vita can display 33-point-something million polygons, so it's double the graphic capability. I'm sure you can see in the cutscenes and everything that it's really smooth, and the graphics are actually really good. I don't have the best camera, so you can't really tell. What am I supposed to do here? I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I forget this part. There we go. Ooh, got a nice little gem. There's little treasures all across the map, just like in regular Uncharted.